What is up, everybody? This week I'm going to be doing the Draw My Faith Life Challenge. Before we get into it, I just want to give a quick shout out to my friend Ashley for doing the drawings because I couldn't draw this well. So thank you, Ashley. Alright, so my journey started on July 23rd, 1998, when I was born into the world. Pretty dope looking baby. Came out with a big head and a smile, ready to take on the world. So I was born into a pretty loving family with my two parents and older brother who is 5 years older than me. And that's me right there, yep. And I pretty much had a wonderful childhood which consisted of playing lots of Pokemon, playing outside, and also harassing my brother pretty much every day. I just wanted someone to play with. Is that so much to ask for? So I never really went to church much as a child, but when I did, it was really for one reason, and that was the music. I specifically remember coming home one day after learning how to read music in school and begging my parents please take me to church so I can sing, and I was just so excited to go just because I love music and being a part of that. So that was always really exciting for me. But yeah, we still didn't really go to church too much, and one time I was at school, I was about 8 years old, and a group of my friends at the time were talking to me about their church, and then they looked at me and they're like, Adam, where do you go to church? And I was like, I don't go to church. So I was freaked out, and I came home and was like, Mom, why don't we go to church? And she was like, well, sweetie, if you really want to go to church, I'm going to take you to church. So I was like, alright, let's do this. So she was like, alright, well, I was raised Catholic, so that's where we're gonna go. I was like, alright, sweet, Catholic. I don't really know what that means, but church, there's gonna be music, and then kind of get my friends off my back a little bit. Those 8-year-olds at school can be pretty tough. So everything was pretty good for a while. I loved it. Me and my mom went together every single Sunday. I even joined the choir and stuff, and so I really got back into the singing thing, and I really enjoyed it, and we were having a really good time, and for a long time things were going really well. That is until middle school happened, and middle school for me was a pretty awkward time. I eventually stopped praying and gave in to a lot of bad habits, and even though I went to church every Sunday, I didn't really pay attention and was kind of mean to other people and focused on boosting my own popularity at school, which I thought would make me happy, but really just made me angry and bitter. But, that's a different story. I kind of hit a rock bottom when I got into 9th grade. So, some of the choices that I was making began to catch up to me, and I became aware of the wrong that I was doing in my life. So, it was about this time that I started taking confirmation classes. And I hadn't thought too much about God, so it was the really first time I started to pray again and read the Bible. Now, it was difficult, but I started to wean out some of the bad habits and kind of crawl out from that rock bottom place that I was in earlier, with God's help, of course. And it was during this time that I started to deal with a lot of anxiety. Even though I had gotten a lot of the sinful habits out of my life, I still felt a lot of guilt and a lot of shame, and I was constantly anxious and worried about myself and the person that I was. And God started working on my heart and helped me get through this to a period of grace and forgiveness, which I am forever thankful for, because nobody deserves to feel unloved and unforgiven. It's a horrible feeling, and it's just not true. So God really put a 360 in my life at this time. And right now, I've actually graduated from high school, which is crazy, I know. But I don't really know what's up next in my life. But what I do know is that God's plan is greater than my own. Because oftentimes, I had everything planned out, and then it just doesn't always work. So right now, I'm focused on pursuing God and what He's calling me in my life. So I have no idea what's up next, but I am down for the adventure. And I want every single one of you guys to know that you are loved no matter what, and no matter what you've been through, and that God is always waiting with open arms to draw you back near Him. So I love you all no matter what you're going through. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe to Faith Through Culture, and we'll see you guys next time.